Hey, extremely busy. What's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite albums. And today I'm going to be doing an album review on the new Death's Dynamic Shroud album, Darklife. So this has been an album that I've been planning to review for a while now, but again, I don't have a lot of time, especially lately. I have a life now, and it's crazy, I know. But Death's Dynamic Shroud is an American vaporwave and glitch pop and electronic trio. And they have been releasing music for a while now. They have their, up to this point, their most well-known project, I'll Try Living Like This. And then last year, they released the album Faith in Persona with its really groovy, chunky, electronic vaporwave aesthetics, which I really love. I reviewed it, and guess what? Keith Rankin, one of the three members of Death Dynamic Shroud, made a tweet about me, saying that I am copying Fantano, but in a positive way, because he goes on to tweet about how, give this kid a shot, go and watch this kid's videos. And then after Keith Rankin made this tweet, Anthony Fantano himself liked this tweet. So that's one of the occasions in my life when I had a little stardom, which is really cool. So shout out to Keith Rankin. He also followed me on Twitter, so that's scary. But anyways, Faith in Persona is still one of my favorite albums from last year. It hits hard, it slams hard, and they have went on to release like 2 more albums after that. But their latest one, Darklife, is their biggest one to date. And not only the biggest one in this year, but also, in my opinion, the trio's biggest, most epic album to date. It is 1 hour and 15 minutes long. They're not fucking around. So, yeah, let's start off with the album opener, Stay, with the bright 80s pop vocals. And they're so bright, they're so blissful, they're so intense, and then bam! It just transitions into this speedy, futuristic cyberpunk movie soundtrack with the speedy, rapid synths. It's so strange, it's so bold, and then it crashes into this dreamy ambient track. It's a fantastic album opener. It's just vibrant and so full of energy. And then we have the next track, Judgement Bolt, which is already becoming one of my favorite tracks of the year so far. This track must be how it feels to be struck by lightning and becoming the Flash. The huge, insane bolts of electronic beats slammed into your eardrums is just absolutely crushing. The repeated refrains, the pitch vocals, oh, 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 is just very infectious. Of course, the gigantic, bombastic bass notes are insane. The beautiful, lush strings in the middle of the track serving as a breather is honestly gorgeous. And Dua Lipa's Cool is sampled on this track. And she sounds absolutely fucked. And it's awesome. And then it builds to a very noisy climax. It's just a roller coaster ride. I must say that. And then we have Neon Memories, which sort of takes this 80s synth pop flavor and make it very soft and blissful and nice. The beats are really crispy and glitchy, and it's another good track. That is followed with Light Left a Garden, where we hear some moving vocals on a subdued, mystical backup instrumental. Then we have the track Missing Person, which is a stripped back track with a reverby a cappella vocal track with an ambient backdrop. It is at this point in the album when it sort of slows down and starts to get a little mundane, but then we get the next track, Messe de E102, which is an insane single. It starts off with some quiet vocals and synths, but then it slowly builds up to a very bright, groovy, poppy banger that is just very irresistible. Then we have After Third Heaven with the weird synth funk bits, the found sounds and the industrial tones, and then halfway through the track we get some really scratchy electronic noises. It's multifaceted. even though this track is about like 3 to 4 minutes long, it feels like there are 6 tracks in this thing, and it's just very colorful. And the follow-up to that, Before I Cool Off, is a dream pop track with some reverby, dreamy instrumentals, which is really nice. And the following track, I Just Wanted to Know Love, is pretty much an extension of the previous track. It's starry, it's beautiful, and it's really smooth and gorgeous. And Fade Persona, not to be confused with Faith in Persona, has the quirky indie-tronica loops that are very chirpy and glitchy. That being said though, I think the instrumentals are a little bit repetitive on this track, so it didn't really hit me all that much. Fall for Me is a speedy, murky, echoey track with some mysterious vocal harmonies and a drum and bass beat, which is awesome. The track Where Does It All Come From is a lush and soft vocal-led track with a dash of futurism. While it doesn't hit as hard as the tracks earlier in the album, it's still very bright and nimble and well-produced. Rare Angel and Perfect Angel are both tracks that has a lot of plunderphonics going for it, the former of which is very danceable, but the vocals are a little bit tedious. The latter of which is just straight up weird. It's super noisy and crushing, and it's just really rare that someone would combine plunderphonics with something as noisy as this. But what I can say is that it's really bold, it's really creative, and I enjoy hearing it. And the final track is Dark Matter, with the nimble keyboards, the clear pianos, the ascending horns, soft vocals, and it is a very different ending from the opening track. The opening track and a good chunk of this album is actually really noisy and grindy, but this one is just very clear and HD suddenly, which is a little bit of a mismatch, but it is a good album ending. So I'm just going to leave it at that. This is a really good album. It slaps really hard. Judgement Bolt is a Judgement Bolt. And they have returned with another awesome album. What can I say? My favorite track here is Judgement Bolt. My least favorite is, I don't really know, Fade Persona. I'm giving the new Death's Dynamic Shroud album an 8 out of 10. So, have you listened to the new DDS album for Wintertime, which is rated, like it, and subscribe if you want more. And thanks for watching.